Welcome back to class, boys and girls. This is your Professor, That's Not a Role. Today we will be talking about the dangers of a job, aka the dangers of employment, aka the dangers of having to go clock in, and aka the dangers of working. And we ain't talking about a career, boy. I'm talking about a goddamn job. Okay? Now, if you got a job, go in the comment section below and let me know where you working at right now. Do not be ashamed, boy. If you flipping burgers on that grill, don't be ashamed of this. You gotta be focused. So when I come through that drive-through, make sure my Big Mac ready and the McFlurry machine working. With that being said, bro, drop y'all job down below. It don't matter where you work at. Where was your first job if you ain't got a job no more? What is a job? A regular paid position or employment for earning money, where you trading your human hours that God has graced you with to be on this earth for financial gain. And when we talk about jobs, okay, not careers, usually it's somewhere in between minimum wage, fluctuate from like $7 in certain states all the way up to like, I think $20 in LA or 15. I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, jobs usually is just a place where you take the little hours, the little few hours that God gave you on this planet. Because just remember, he gave you, on average, human beings get like 65 years, half of that cut in half because you sleep, washing your ass, taking showers, boom. So that 65 years is really like 32 years. Now, out of that 32 years, you trade in probably like a third of that shit just for $15 an hour, bro. It's nasty work, but shit, that's how life works, bro. In 2025, the benefits of a job is quite literally just to keep food inside the fridge, pay bills, and that's it, gang. And like the American average on month is living check to check in America is somewhere near like 60-70%. It's different types of employees if you don't know. Okay, and depending on what type of employee you are, gonna be the reason why you do or don't save. Now look, employee number one is a high school kid that just needs more money just to buy shoes, clothes, and VC. When I was in high school and I was trying to get my first job, bro, I think I was about 16. I was trying to get my first job at Foot Locker. I vividly remember, like, I didn't even think bills existed at the time. Now, it is some young niggas out there that be having to help their mama and they house at home with bills, and at the age of 15 to y'all, man, God bless y'all, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's tough, my nigga. Good luck. But for the majority of us, bro, when we was in high school, gang, jobs was strictly because you wanted to be fly. It get to a point of wearing shacks to lunch where you getting your shit flamed every single day at the lunch table. Like, niggas is just flaming. If you become the nigga that they waiting on to show up so that they get on your ass about the shit you got on, bruh, you start feeling that type of way. You feel me? So at that time, my drip ain't talking about shit. It wasn't talking about shit. This is probably the best type of employee to be, gang, because I ain't gonna lie, at this point, you really don't have no bills on your hand. You just gotta get money so that you can buy shoes, maybe buy some clothes, get fly and shit like that. And VC, dead ass, that's all the bread was going to, gang. Everybody knew if you had a little job, like a 15-hour job in high school, gang, you were basically rich. Like, you could pass as rich because niggas would be like, damn, where the fuck is he getting all this money? Not knowing that you could go to work for $15 an hour and make like $500 a week and shit. You feel me? That started stacking. Now, I do want to say this. If you are this right here, save that money, bro. Save that money, because employee number one, bro, I ain't gonna lie. As soon as you walk that stage, you're gonna start realizing all the shit you bought in high school is so pointless to use. It's just sitting inside your closet. So yes, to employee number one, if this is you, save that money while you ain't gotta pay your bills. Now look, employee number two, a college student who needs to put in on bills or to also buy themselves clothes and shoes. Now this one, it starts getting hard, bro. I ain't gonna care. At my last job, bro, last year I worked at Lowe's, okay? And I was employee number two. This is at the point where, like, I remember freshman year I needed a job, but I was in a dorm, and at that point, my loans was just stacking. So it wasn't like I had to pay anything out of pocket immediately, okay? It was really on some shit like, I need a job because this refund ain't talking about shit, gang. That refund, it ain't gonna hold you up for too long, gang. You need some more money to come in. There's this thing called bills where you gotta pay your rent, you gotta pay your phone bill, and you gotta buy food, gang. I ain't gonna lie, bro. By the time, like, employee number two is one of the most painful, because it's like you going to work just for your paycheck to come in and just for it to immediately vanish, my nigga. It don't matter what you do. As soon as that paycheck come, gang, rent got you for a band. Phone bill got you for $120. I vividly remember being employee number two last year. It be time when my check would come, gang. And I ain't gonna lie, whenever I go to buy some food, I didn't have none. I was at Walmart sticking Lunchables into my drawers, gang. I'm at Sam's Club. What y'all know about going to Costco and the nigga, you done got your paycheck the same day, but you had bills to pay. Now you at Costco asking for a hot dog, walking around with the hot dog when nobody looking, you stuff the hot dog inside your pajamas. Yeah, gang, it gets serious like that. But yeah, employee number 2 is a terrible place to be because at this point, bro, they a college student too. So it's like, once you get off work, boy, you got assignments to do, buddy boy. Yeah, you got some assignments to do. And once you do them goddamn assignments, guess what? You got something to study for. And by the time you done studying, boy, your day is over with. At this point, fam, I ain't gonna lie, employee number 2 and employee number 3, they'll make you feel like you're stuck in the matrix. Now, next up is employee number 3. This is an adult that needs to pay bills or stack money. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? To all my niggas out there that chose the job route after high school. There's employee number 3. It should come with caution. I ain't gonna cap. There's 3.5. There's 3 and then there's 3.5. Now 3 is like some parents that allow you to stay at home and just work a job and like boom, just put it on the water bill. Them is amazing parents. I ain't gonna lie. If you going through that, okay, cool. You work your 8 hours, stack your bread, gang. You know what I'm saying? And once you get off work, you ain't gotta worry about bills. So you can use that time to build towards something else so that you can end up quitting this job. You get what I mean? But now 3.5, Amazon, 15 an hour, but you living on your goddamn own. I ain't gonna lie, that's a different type of struggle right there. I done lived alone and paid bills, so it's like I done felt it too. It was kind of like employee number 2, and that's why I said employee number 2 and 3.5. That damn near like the same thing, gang. Now we're gonna get to the stages of work. Now stage 1, I call this the need of employment. This is usually when a male/female is so broke that they feel cursed. If you're in this stage, a Cane's box combo may even feel out of reach for you. Due to this, you urgently need a job to save up or pay bills, okay? Now, the thing is, y'all ever been to the point where, like, you just playing Russian roulette with your bank account? This is what I call this point right here. This stage 1, you playing Russian roulette with your shit because you really don't want to check and see how much is in there because you know it ain't that much. But every time you swipe it, this shit going through. Now, it was one of them type times, right? So my shit, every time I swiped it, it was still working, but I don't know how much is in there. And I'm not logging in to go see. This shit gonna fuck up my day, nigga. What? Nigga, man, you look in there and it's like $13.12. I can't even feel like a man no more. Me can't even get brick no more. I can't have fun no more. I can't go out no more. And it's like, yes, that's exactly what should be happening because you shouldn't be doing none of them things. But sometimes you want to be a young, irresponsible, reckless with that dick ass nigga. And I know if I go check my bank account right now, I can't be reckless with this motherfucker. I ain't gonna count. So boom, look, I'm playing Russian roulette with my shit. I walk up there, I'm rubbing my hands. I ain't ate all day. You know how it be after you hooping, you ain't ate all day. You woke up, went straight to the gym. Y'all had a mean ass hoop session. 5-hour hoop session, damn near a part-time shift in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Not getting no buckets at all, just straight cardio. I'm starving and shit, so I'm rubbing my hands. You feel me? I already knew I'm playing Russian roulette with my shit. So I said, let me just get the 3-finger combo. Cause I know the box combo, that shit like $12. So it's like, let me just get that 3-finger combo. It'd be like $9.50. Ain't no way I'm under a 10 ball in this bitch. Ain't no way, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm rubbing my hand. What drink you want? Shit, just give me the cup. I'm gonna go over there and go get whatever I want. You know how it be whenever you finna get full? Yeah, and then I'm finna get stuffed. So yeah, I'm rubbing my hands. They say, yeah, it's time to pay. Ooh-wee, like a spotlight hit me right there, gang. You know, whenever you playing Russian roulette with your bank account, you gotta start controlling your breathing just in case if your shit decline. So it's like the spotlight was on me. I took my card out. I blew the dust off of it. I thought that was gonna add a little bit more money to it. You know how they, I insert that bit, I slip it right in, I jump with it. Like whenever it go in, feel me? You gotta make sure you get a good thrust of that bit. Put it right into the chip spot. Card decline. Scratching my head. I told her, all right, hold on, I'm finna unlock my car. I think my card locked, right? So I was just saying that so I could step off. I knew what the fuck was going on. But as I'm stepping off saying I'm finna unlock my card, they said, no, it's not. Your card is unlocked. Insufficient funds. I knew it was time to go to work. This stage of life is damn near dehumanizing, bro. 9 times out of 10, your family is on your ass about going to work. You begin to feel like a bum. Broke, useless male, bro. Like your parents be on your goddamn ass. Like, nigga, you still jobless? You not even a human being no more. You still ain't got a job, yeah? Due to this, you're so hungry for employment, you start putting in applications at anywhere that will take you. It don't matter what listing you see on Google, on it. I signed up for dental hygienist one day. I signed up to be a doctor one day. I remember one day I signed up for a bilingual editor. I told them, they asked me, do you know Spanish and English? The job role was for $25 an hour, bro. I told them yes. I text back, I said, see. Yeah, I'm sitting in that bitch texting them through Indeed. You know how Indeed, you got the little chat with the worker? I'm sitting there texting them through that shit, man. I'm going on Google Translate, typing it in English, full sentence, copy, pasting it into the goddamn chat. They texting me back. I'm copying and pasting. Ooh, boy, I'm working my ass off trying to get this interview. I remember I did door-to-door sales. I was doing door-to-door sales. I only lasted one day. I remember one day, they brought us back. We was on break. I said, hold it up. I'm going down to the car. Our guy in the car drove off, guy. We were doing door-to-door sales, selling AC units. But that shit, gang, they had us driving all around the DFW. I swear it was 110 degrees. And motherfucker was telling us, I remember they told us, you not getting no money until you sell an AC unit. But I'm like, shit, gang, I need this employment. I'd rather do this than go back to the house and get dehumanized, gang. What the fuck is you talking about? So at this point, bro, I say this all to say, you'll do anything to try and get a goddamn job anywhere at this point, bro. Now look, now we move on to stage 2. I call this the honeymoon stage. This is when you finally land the job and you are now going through training, direct deposit, setup. This feeling is known to leave a nigga watering at the mouth. This is the rise in conflict of getting the job. It probably don't get no better than the honeymoon stage. Cause gang, like there's nothing about training that's difficult, bro. Especially with the fact that like whenever you're doing training, you know, they'll pay you for the training. Like you get that training is paid. So it's like, you'll get a check for what you doing. Just showing up, talking, sitting there, typing your name in, typing checking account, shit in. Y'all this is like a good feeling right here. Work ain't started yet. And another thing about the honeymoon phase, bro, you start calculating how much you gonna take home and looking at things you wanna buy. You feel me? If it's 15 an hour and it's full time, bro, you doing the math. Like, okay, shit, that's 600 a week. 12, that's 2,400 a month. I bet I could put this to good use. And your manager, this is the biggest part. Your manager isn't an asshole just yet. So you still fuck with him. During the honeymoon stage, you know how it be when you you a new worker and you just got there and you going through training. Man, that manager gonna smile all up in your face. He's showing all 32 teeth. Nigga in that bitch showing everything he got. He trying to show out for y'all. My last manager at Lowe's, bro, I vividly remember us coming in there for training and he was giving us snacks and everything. Gang, I'm thinking this shit finna be sweet. Oh, this nigga cool. He giving us snacks. He telling if you want a snack, go back there and go grab something about the snack box. But it's like whenever you get to a new job and you run through training, you be like, damn, like, bro, this manager way better than the last one. Little do you know the grass is never green. Fuck boy, this nigga finna get vicious with it. And the job finna get terrible too. Another thing about the honeymoon stage though, is whenever you find out about them work hoes, nigga. They're probably the best part right here, gang. They're probably the best. I love coming on board at a new job because guess what? When you getting hired, they bringing in some new women too. So it ain't shit for a nigga to go over there. Every time I go through training, I'm making sure I'm coming through there with them church pants on, no drawers. Yeah, a little print on that motherfucker. Make sure that little print showing, gang. Go over there, sit right next to her, try and grease her up a little bit, nigga. I mean, that bitch trying to crack jokes. I'm watching Dave Chappelle inside the car. I'm trying to see what Dave Chappelle said on the last skit so I can say it to her, nigga. I know she don't listen to this bullshit. This is usually the peak of your job because you get to come to training, do nothing but fill out papers, onboard video assignments, tour the place you're working at while still getting paid. If you're working with your homeboy, I ain't gonna lie, this 10 out of 10. This is one of the best things you could do right here. Next, we move on to Dooms Week, okay? Professor, what the fuck is a Dooms Week? Man, this is the week where you actually begin to work and actually notice what it is that you actually got yourself into. Something about your first 8-hour shifts awakens you and makes you realize how long 8 hours really is, my nigga. If you ain't never worked an 8-hour shift, God bless your soul. My first time working 8 hours, my ass was itchy, my balls got itchy, the back of my neck was itchy, my ears was itching. Man, everything on me was itching because of the 8 hours. I couldn't do it. Like I had anxiety, gang. You don't notice how long 8 hours really is until you get a job, gang. Because whenever you get a job, it's like you counting the hours on the clock. My first time on the clock, I couldn't even do this shit because it was like they had me working with an old lady that had been there for 35 years, bro. She on the type of time, if you gonna stay here for as long as me, she said she was there since she was, 18, fresh out of high school. She's like, if you're gonna be here for as long as me, you gotta be able to work like me. If you at work and you have a boring coworker, it's some of the worst shit ever, gang. Cause it slowed the time down, gang. If you got a cool coworker, right? Somebody that you could just BS with together that don't really care about this job. For God's sake, we getting paid 15 an hour. But I mean, for some people, it's like that 15 an hour, they really need it. If they lose this job, they're fraud. So like, I get both sides. But it's like, once you get put with somebody that's there for a career, and shout out to them people, but it's like, gang, this shit is terrible. It make the time slow down. I swear, it reversed the time. It's the equivalent to being on a Stairmaster. You know how whenever you be on a Stairmaster, it feel like the time taking forever? That's how that shit be. Yeah, you sitting there, they telling you about all their real life problems. The lady, she had me sitting there, she was like, yeah, you gotta move quicker, you gotta move quicker. If you're gonna be here for 35 years, you gotta be like me. Like, she talking to me like how you envision LeBron James talk to Bronny whenever they working out. I'm looking at the bit like, I ain't finna be here for no longer than 6 weeks. On everything I love, not if I gotta work with you. I only lasted like 2 weeks there, by the way. Also, this is usually the week that you realize your manager has misplaced anger and insecurities that he/she is casting to you because they have power or position. Now, this might take a week or two depending on who you are. If you a bad bitch, I ain't gonna lie, you might never have to run into this shit. Yeah, that nigga grease you up all he want because he trying to get in between, gang. You gotta realize, manager making like 50, 60K a year, which ain't bad, gang. I ain't gonna lie, 50, 60K a year, if you ask me, that's a lot. But they capped out. You feel me? I don't know how much higher you could go up in the HR world after 50, 60K. So like, whatever the hell aspirations or dreams that they may have had, at least this is how I look at it. And my manager that I had at Lowe's, bro, he used to always talk about what he would have been if he ain't catch a case before he made it to the NBA. He had like 25 D1 offers. He was something. But like, he used to always talk about what he would have been. I'm in there like before work started, right? Because you have to go log in on the computers. So I tell him one day, like, he telling me about like his hoop chronicles and shit like that. I'm like, bruh, you know, and I just be trolling. Like, I just be playing. I ain't serious, but I'm serious at the same time. So I look at him. I think he was telling me about like how much he dropped in high school and shit like that. Like, he had a 50-point game or whatever. So I look at him, I'm like, bro, but like, that shit, it just one destiny. Like, you destined to be here working at Lowe's for the rest of your life. This where God wanted you, bro. Like, you just gotta be happy with what you doing. And I'm really trolling, but I start peeping like he wasn't laughing. Yo, bro, I kid you not, from that point on, anytime he'll see me do anything, he was on my ass for the little 2 weeks that I worked there. He was solely the reason why I quit. I couldn't do that shit. Also, they had me working security at the front door. I remember whenever we had like this job issue, right? It were like the Mexicans that ran in. I told this story on stream before. They run in there. They go to the motherfucking, the AC units. You know, the AC units that you can put inside the wall, bro? They run over there. It's two of them. Two little George Lopez looking motherfuckers. They run over there. They both had big bellies. They walk over there first. They grab that bit. All I hear, underlay. They run. As they running, I ain't peep they coming towards me. I'm at the self-checkout working like security. Now, I'm just looking at them because they told me at job training, if somebody try and steal, never try and stop them. Just let them go. So shit, as they running towards me, I sidestepped to the side. And I hit a sidestep. Y'all know I'm a hooper, yeah? Sidestep to the side like a motherfucker. I just watched them go. Underlay, amigo. I damn near hit that bachata the way they was screaming that underlay, boy. I thought we were doing one of them troqueando cud dances, gang. So, yeah, I let them go ahead and get through there. They stole the AC units, pulled off. You know, them motherfuckers be illegal with the mask on and the shades, man. Nobody catching them. They don't even know they over here, gang. But yeah, I remember he took me back there and told me I'd never be shit. Like, I'd never be nothing, gang. I'd never be nothing. They said they never had nobody steal that shit until I came to the job. That I would never be nothing. Like, he was so mad at me, but like, I'm laughing the whole time because I'm like, dude, bro, this just misplaced anger. You mad at me because of whatever the hell it is you fighting with in your life because you didn't get to where you wanted to be. Now you just a manager. And there's nothing wrong with being a manager, bro. 50, 60K ain't bad, but man, I'm telling you, bro, yeah. Once you notice that, you don't even like, you try and avoid your manager, gang. The days whenever the manager is there, not there, those used to be the best days at work. Next up, this is usually whenever you actually meet your real coworkers. If they're good, you're blessed because this will make time fly by. But if you're working with a motherfucker that plans to be there for the rest of your life, you're cooked, gang. I ain't gonna care. You're absolutely and utterly cooked, like I just said earlier. Now, I remember, when I was at Lowe's, though, there was this young nigga, gang. You know, one of them people that come into work with hella energy, but they not on some corny shit. You know how like there'd be some people that come to work with hella energy and they try and crack them work jokes that nobody's laughing at. Like this, he used to come to work just flaming niggas, like just getting on everybody's ass, and it used to be the funniest shit ever. Quay, if you still work over there, man, you see this, man, shout out to you. That was probably the best part of going to work. I used to literally leave my department and just BS with them all day long, cause we'll just be standing there. Somebody will walk by, and he was really like a hoe ass nigga. Like a white man will walk by, old white man. I bet your ass fought in World War I, ain't you? White man will look over, huh? He one of the ones that act like he ain't say nothing. He just, how you doing, sir? But it was the old lady that worked there for 35 years. She was born and shit, and then there was this other white guy that worked with me. He already had a kid and a baby mama and shit. He'll come to work sad as hell. Nigga at work sad as hell telling me about what he got going on at home. I'm like, my nigga, like, I don't really give a fuck, dude. It's 6 a.m. Why is you trying to fuck up my day with all this sad ass whoop-de-doo shit, gang? That your fault. You shouldn't have nutted, gang. How you gonna come make me feel bad cause you done nutted in some shit that you ain't wanna nut it? Talking about she big, she like a pig. Gang, what you want me to do? You guys should have been killed the child, bro. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So, like, yeah, that wasn't really it. Now, look, also, if this is your first job, this is when you realize just how much time you don't have anymore in life, bro. That's the sad part about work. Say, for instance, you clock in at 6:30 a.m. For a nigga like me, this means I had to be up at 5:30 a.m. for work and out the door by around 6 o'clock, 6:15, because like my job was like 15 minutes away. Some days there'll be traffic. You know, on the weekdays, bro, like niggas be on the freeway at 6 a.m. I don't know where the fuck that, like, bro, the freeway ain't never made no sense to me because it's a bunch of traffic. Where everybody going? Next time you on the freeway, just look around and ask yourself, is everybody inside these cars real human beings? There's no way, bruh. There's no way. I might be a robot too, but it's like there's no way everybody inside of all these cars is a real human being with a real life, and all that hell is going to. They might be broke too. They might be behind on some bills. Like, this is crazy, gang. Bro, traffic is really a crazy concept to think about. We getting off track though. Come on, let's just get back to it, gang. Now look, now you gotta work from 6:30 to 2:30 p.m. Okay, 8-hour shift. Now you done been up since 5 a.m., right? So by the time it get to 2:30 and you get off, you kind of hungry. You ain't ate yet, bro. Look, I'm finna break this down. This is how the Matrix is getting us with these minimum wage jobs, bro. We gotta get careers and trades and shit like that, and you know what I'm saying? Find ways to use our talents to make money. Look, dead ass though, no bullshit. By the time you get off work, it's traffic and you stop to get food. So now it's about 4 p.m. by the time you get home, right? You get off at 2:30, it's traffic. You trying to figure out what to eat. You go get some food to eat. You might stop and get some gas. You get home, it's 4 o'clock. Now all this, you just spent basically 12 hours just to make $120. Now you gotta subtract the $10 you pay for gas to get to and from work, $15 for food. So really you only made $95. You 12 hours into your day, bro. By the time you done took a shower and turned in assignments at 8, it's time to go to sleep. If you in college, you know I ain't lying, nigga. When I was getting off work, I come home. By the time I took a shower, did my homework, it went from 4 or 5 o'clock to about 7, 8 o'clock. Nigga, I'm about 16 hours into my day, 15, 16 hours into my day. Now I go lift real quick. When I come back from lifting, it's over with. You hop inside the shower and I'm done. I ain't gonna have no more energy. I'm 16 hours into the day. I ain't got no more energy to keep going. If I wanna be functional for the next day, bro, I ain't gonna cap this shit right here. This all leads to stage 4, the realization. Payday done finally hit and you realize this shit is not worth it. This is usually when niggas start realizing that there's more to life than just a job, or they turn into alcoholics. Now, there is a third option where it's like you have no choice. Really, like the odds is stacked against them and they had no choice. And to them, it's like, damn, man, God bless. But for the most part, bro, this might mean that you cut your hours at work and you try and build something else outside of work, whether that be getting a degree, whether that be starting a business, whatever the hell it might be. Or on the other end, fuck it, get drunk. Once I got a job, I start understanding how alcoholics. Like, I could never, when I see an alcoholic, I be like, damn, my nigga, I hope you shake back, bro, junk ass nigga. I get it. I get it. Imagine you going to work all week, bro. You going to work all week just for your paycheck to come and it disappear immediately. It's like, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm getting drunk tonight. Fuck this. Saturday and Sunday come, I'm getting shit-faced. That's how it happened, bro, because it's like, fam, you get so sick and tired of this shit, it's like, it's either that or what else we finna do? Some people don't want to put in the extra work for something else. And then on top of that, it's like, Every time you get on the internet, you begin to let comparisons rob you of your joy. Niggas is in their early 20s with fat ass bankrolls, exotic whips, and you confused as to how the fuck you supposed to catch up with 15 an hour. You getting on Instagram, you seeing young niggas pull up in Aventadors, G-Wagons, SVJs, C8 Corvettes, in them high-rise penthouses. It look like they don't do nothing for a living. It look like they just wake up and chill. What do y'all do? They never want to answer that. It's go click the link in my bio. Go click the link in my bio. And once you click on the link in the bio, it's gonna say book with me for a consultation on how to make how to turn $300 into $1,200 in the span of 2 hours. All you have to do is pay $300. Bitch, I ain't that goddamn green. You think I ain't fell for a goddamn Wells Fargo tap in, Bank of America tap in, Chase Banks tap in way back when I was in high school? And nigga took my account and said he could turn 1,000 into 10,000, and I took it and I got my account back. Next thing you know, instead of having 1,000 turned into 10,000, my 1,000 then turned into foreclosure. I had a foreclosure on my credit line for my bank account. It was negative $7,822. Nah, I never fall for that. I ain't falling for nobody that think they could just flip money again. Yeah, this is not GTA 5. You can't do card duplication glitches. You gotta show me what skill you got that you putting in so that you can get out this money. Other than that, I ain't believing it, bro. But in the meantime, it just be like, bro, what the fuck do y'all do? Little do you know it's usually all fraud money. Stage 4 realization. If you pay bills, this is even worse because this is when most niggas find out that as soon as they start paying them bills, you're right back on your dick. Oh my God. If you're with your parents, you're low-key straight, okay? You can stack off a 15 to 20 an hour job until your next step in life. I ain't gonna care. You can stack that shit for a little minute, gang. That shit, you know what I'm saying? You stack it pretty high. You stack 10, 15, 20,000. It takes some time, but shit. With discipline, nigga, you can stack that shit, bro. Also, the stage 4, bro, quotes like we got food at home from your parents begin to make sense, bro. I start understanding why we kept driving past McDonald's. My mama ain't want to stop at McDonald's and give me a goddamn a cheeseburger. I start getting it. Now, this leads to stage 5, which is job resentment. Now, what is job resentment? The job that you were once eager to get begins to feel like hell. Your coworkers make the top of your mouth itch, manager makes your ass itch, and the customers are assholes, bro. And once I worked the job, I start realizing why motherfuckers be at Waffle House ready to bang out and die behind a patty melt. Goddamn, my all-star special. I get it down, gang. I ain't gonna lie, it took me some time. Look, let me paint this picture for you. Imagine you at work, right? You done clocked in, you working night shift, a morning shift, whatever the hell it is, you clocked in at 5 p.m. and you clocked in at 5 p.m. You don't get off until 5 a.m., 12-hour shifts. You working at Waffle House for $10 an hour, banking on getting some tips, right? You hear some goddamn cars pull up around 3 a.m., you know, the club done shut down, everybody leaving the club, you hear some cars pull up. These cars sound like some exotic cars that you can only find on video games. You look outside, nigga, and it look like Paul Walker and them done came back straight from out the movie and pulled up on you to come get something to eat, nigga. Nothing but Batmobiles and exotic whips that motherfuckers only drive in midnight clubs, sitting outside, bro. And they all park backwards. Imagine the type of resentment you'll feel as you at work. Imagine you at work and these motherfuckers pull up in some fast shit that you cannot afford even if you work overtime for 30 gazillion, jabillion, million hours. Imagine you work for that goddamn long and you still can't get this. It don't matter how many hours, how many tips you get. Boy, you not buying a GT3 RS. You not buying a GT4 RS. You not buying a Porsche Cayenne. You not buying that motherfucking SVJ that YB was talking about when he said he pulled up in that. Then they walk in that bitch, gang. Off the rip, I'm aggressive. I'm gonna be aggressive and shit just out of insecurity, anger, and hatred. Boy, I want you to die today, right now. If I could, I'd do it to you, but I can't. Then I go to prison and get put in my head, gang. So it's like, boom, you see what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll be mad as hell, gang. They come in there in them fast ass whoops and all you doing is working for $10 an hour and it's 3 a.m. And they come in there loud as shit. It's a bunch of niggas. Yeah, talking about all types of niggas shit. And they come over there. What's up with it, black ass nigga? Man, hell nah, it's over with. I'm going over to the stove. I'm grabbing the pot. Somebody getting hit in the head. Come here, big bow, gang. Bow. You pick up a chair, I'm picking up a chair. Let's throw these chairs, gang. Cause somebody's getting hurt today. Y'all already pulled up in cars that's a little bit too nice, and then y'all come in here into my wonderful establishment of Waffle House, and y'all allow this shit too. Yeah, it's over with, gang. I'm down behind all this shit. I ain't got nothing to live for except for $10 an hour. So like, shit, come on, let's see who crazier. That's the main thing I learned from a job, bro. I see why people at Waffle House be so angry. I see why at Chipotle, whenever you keep asking for them scoops, them niggas get mad and just wanna spit in the food, gang. I see why, gang. Now look, job resentment. You might start missing days. Now your manager is calling you out to sleep. Like y'all in a relationship asking about your whereabouts, and if you don't answer, they will keep calling. I kid you not. I remember my manager, he'll blow up my phone like if he my bitch. I thought I was laying good pipe on him. Boy, I'm talking about, and I was missing work on purpose. I didn't come to work for like 3 days in a row. Couldn't do it, bro. This stage leads to three types of niggas. A fucking 9 to 5, but I'm still sticking through and take the lynchings at work. Fucking 9 to 5, I'm trapping, scamming. Fucking 9 to 5, I'ma just be unemployed, bro. The moral of the story, bro, fuck a job. Because it's like, if you gotta go to work, gang, keep your job, gang. Cherish that motherfucker. Don't get it fucked up now. It's not fuck a job, period. No, nigga. Boys and girls, make sure when you get off work, you putting your time into trying to find you a trade, getting a STEM degree, doctorate degree, a career, making content. If it's something you good at, boy, go grind hard at that shit until you can make some money off of it. At least then you can enjoy doing something, even if it ain't the same price, even if you getting paid the same amount. And to everybody out there working a job, man, shout out to y'all, bro. I understand y'all, gang. When I come to McDonald's and they extra rude at the table, as long as she don't call me a bitch, I just be like, you know what, it's all good. She probably just having a bad day at work. So like, I get it, gang. But anyway, class is over with, bro. Make sure y'all get the hell up out my classroom. Get up out of here. Come on, get out.